What is up, guys? In today's video, I'm going to be showing you some ways that you can improve your connection and get better ping in Fortnite, as well as getting a win on every Fortnite server. So as the country of my soccer skin changes, so does the region and the country represents the server region that I am playing on. If you guys do enjoy this video, find it helpful or informative, remember to give it a like, subscribe if you'd like to see more, and comment down below what ping you typically get while playing Fortnite. So there really isn't too much that you can do to increase or decrease your ping in Fortnite. A lot of it is going to come down to just like where the closest server to you is and your connection. But one major thing that a lot of you can maybe do to reduce your ping is to play on a wired connection instead of wireless, if that is something you have the means to do. Wired is typically going to be much faster and much more consistent when it comes to internet, which is a big deal. If you're playing Fortnite and there just so happens to be a mishap with your internet because of Wi-Fi, when you're shooting somebody, that can be the difference maker in a fight. So hardwired is pretty much always going to be the best case for gaming. Also, make sure there's nothing downloading on your PC or console while you're playing the game. I cannot count the amount of times I've been playing with somebody and then their connection starts going crazy and they have no idea what's going on. And then eventually they realize it's because some game or some app started installing an update and it just griefs their connection in the middle of the game. So make sure nothing is downloading, make sure you're hardwired. And for a lot of you, that is going to be the best thing you can do. But if you are playing on PC, there's a service called ExitLag, who is going to be the sponsor for today's video. And this is a service that allows you to customize several things with your connection and pick which server you're playing on to give you the most optimal ping while playing Fortnite. So while I got a win on every server for this video, I'm going to be showing the before and after for my ping, how much I would typically get before ExitLag and how much I started getting once I started using ExitLag. So this is a service that is going to be helpful for a lot of you. There will be a link down in the description where you can check them out. You can use code EvolveJake20 for 20% off, but you can also get a free 3-day trial. That is how confident they are that their product works and that you will see good results with it, because you can download it for 3 days and try it out and then find out if it's something for you. You know, if it didn't work and nobody kept renewing it after the 3 days, they wouldn't give away that 3-day trial, right? So, and even then, after the 3-day trial, it is relatively cheap at like $6 or so a month. And this is really good for people playing tournaments on different servers or people who just kind of live in an area where there isn't an ideal server for them. The Fortnite tournaments are pretty much open to any region, and I know for the zero build tournaments especially, people like to play on multiple regions because you can kind of get by on slightly higher ping in zero build than you could build mode. So lots of people play off server for like all of the zero build tournaments for that day. Like I know so many people that play like Asia, Middle East, Europe, NA East, and NA West all in the same day for the zero build cash cups. And just being able to optimize your connection a little bit, it's not going to be a ridiculous difference. You know, you're not going to go from 100 plus to 0, but shaving off like 20 to 30, 40 plus ping can be the difference maker in a lot of fights and a lot of situations. And if you are playing a tournament, that could be really, really important to you. Also, like I said, people who live in an area where there just isn't an ideal server for them, there's 7 Fortnite servers, I think, to cover the entire Earth. So the odds are there are a lot of you who live in an area where like there isn't a good server for you. You know, I'm very lucky in that I live in the same state as the server I play, so I have good ping typically in game, but that isn't how it is for everybody. So being able to set something up like this and shave off a bit of ping, like I said, can be a huge factor in you kind of enjoying the game more and having more fun. So now I'm going to get into how you can set up ExitLag, and then we will get into the difference my connection got from using ExitLag on every single Fortnite server. Okay, so for setting up ExitLag, there's a lot of settings, and I am not the most knowledgeable person about this topic, but I still thought it was relatively easy to set up based on watching a few videos myself. Although some settings you can just copy, some of it will just come down to trial and error because everybody's connection is different. You're going to want to find Fortnite on the sidebar or just type it in here. And then on the advanced route settings, do 4 UDP, 0 TCP. And then you can select the servers, but we'll get to that in a moment. After you've done that, go to tools. For general, you can just copy these settings. These ones are, you know, preference. But down here, you want accuracy and route optimization on high. All of these other settings on. And then this setting here, when you click it, there's a drop down. This from what I've seen, will vary based on your connection. I saw somebody who made a video on this who said that the second option worked best for them, but I found that ICMP worked best for me. Everybody's connection is different, and so if you are committed to trying to get the best connection you possibly can, just play around with these and see which one works best for you. And then there's also an FPS boost setting of the ExitLag program, which is pretty nice because you can basically limit what your PC is doing while this is open and while you're playing games. So you can decide what your PC can or can't do. And this will just limit some of the actions your PC is taking and hopefully get you the best performance in game. So now that that's out of the way, what is really cool about this, I just had this on all regions because for this video, I was trying to get a win on every server. But if you wanted to dial in your connection for a specific server, all of the Fortnite servers are listed here. So you can click on them and see what ping you're getting on each server. So you see here, this is an Asia server in Tokyo, and I'm getting 148, but Seoul will also be an Asia server. So if you just click to Asia in Fortnite, you would get one of these. But as you see, I'm getting worse ping on Seoul. So if you were playing a tournament in Asia, or you are in a region where there isn't like an ideal Fortnite server for you, you can kind of click around here and find out which one is going to give you the best ping and then limit your experience to that server, which is pretty nice, I think. And like I said, this would be mainly for people who are in an area where there's not an ideal server for them. Like I play NA East, and as you see, my ping on that is really good because Ashburn is in the same state that I live in. So I'm fortunate to have very good internet and I live in the same state as the servers. But depending on where you play the game, not everybody has an ideal Fortnite server for them. Or if you're playing off server for tournaments, being able to dial in which server you're going to play on and make sure you're getting the best ping possible can be a pretty big deal. Some of them don't change as much, but some of them can be a pretty large difference. So play around with this, play around with your settings, and you can improve your internet by using this. So now I'm going to be getting a win on every server in Fortnite and showing my ping difference before ExitLag and after ExitLag. So as you can see, ExitLag is super easy to set up. There is a link down in the description below that you could check out to create an account, get your free 3-day trial, and if you wish to continue using the service past your 3-day trial, you can use code EvolveJake20 for 20% off your first purchase or first month of ExitLag. So now that that's out of the way, we're going to talk about my gameplay experience. And the first thing I want to say, which I was very impressed by, is that I didn't get any packet loss on any server while testing this. So I went and got a win on every single Fortnite server, and not once while doing that and testing ExitLag did I get any packet loss, which I never get packet loss on my own server, but playing on like Oceanic or Asia servers on like typically 200 plus ping, there's usually packet loss that is involved there as well. But I didn't get any packet loss while using this product, which I thought was dope. On the Oceanic servers, I went from being in like the 220s to 190s, you know, well over 200, but not like super deep into 200. And I went down to like mostly the 180s and 190s. So about 20 to 30 ping difference depending on how you look at it. And that connection still is not good. Like I wouldn't want to play on that, but it is better, you know. For Middle East, I went from being in the 190s to 180s to mostly 170s and 160s. So once again, about like a 20 or 30 ping difference depending on how you look at it. And while that isn't great, you aren't meant to be playing on servers that far away. But if you are playing a tournament on that region, like I said, or you're playing like off server, that can be a huge difference maker. Asia, I went from consistently being 200 plus to 150 to 130, which is a huge difference, and that likely comes down to the server selection screen that I showed before when I was like selecting Tokyo versus Seoul, I think it was. There was just a huge difference in that ping, and while those are both Asia servers, clearly one was much better for me than the other, and this program is going to make sure you're playing on that optimal server as much as possible. For Brazil, I went from the 130s and 120s without exit lags to mostly being in the 120s and 1-teens with it, so not the biggest difference there, but still, once again, a positive connection improvement. For Europe, I was consistently 100 plus ping, usually, and I went down to the 90s and 80s with exit lag. So once again, 20, 30 ping or so, depending on how you look at it. And once again, a positive ping experience or like a improvement in my ping. NA West was actually a huge difference maker for me. It went from being 90 to 70 ping, roughly, rarely 100 plus, but on the upper end of that, you know. And then with exit lag, I went down to the 50s and 60s, which once again is only 20 or 30 ping difference. but that difference in game just feels so much more playable. Like if you're on 80 ping and then you go down to 50, like that is a huge difference maker, and that is one that you're gonna be able to notice a lot in game. When I was talking about some of the other servers where I was going from like 180 to 160, like sure, that's better, but it's still not great, and you're still gonna notice that high ping. But I found 50 to be very playable, and I actually had a fine time playing West, which typically I don't enjoy playing West. I have had a lot of friends that lived West over the years that I've played Fortnite with, and so I know a lot of like how it feels to play on that server, and my experience playing on West with ExitLag was a lot better, and I didn't get packet loss at all while doing this, like I said, and typically I will get some packet loss while playing West and on the other servers as well. Even my ping improved, but that packet loss going away was also a huge improvement. And then finally for NA East, I didn't see really any improvement at all, but that is because I typically get 0 ping on East. You know, I get between 20 and 0. As more people die in the lobby, it goes to 0 or single digit, and my experience was the same with ExitLag. So while my ping didn't really improve on my home server, that's because there isn't really any way for it to improve. It's already perfect. Like I said, I have very good internet, and I'm lucky enough to live in the state where the servers are for NA East, so I just naturally have very good ping. But your results may vary. Like I showed when setting it up, there's a lot of different options, and you can really fine tune it to find what works best for you. And if you are someone who likes playing tournaments on other regions, you live in an area where there isn't an ideal server for you, or you just have friends on another server, like I'm definitely going to continue to use this when I play with my friends on West so I can have a better experience when playing with them. But if you're in any of those boats, I think this is worth checking out. It's free for 3 days. And then you can use code EvolveJake20. There's a link down in the description below for 20% off. And then even after that, it is relatively cheap. So I hope you guys found this video helpful or informative. Let me know what your ping is typically down in the comments below. And if you do try this out, let me know that as well. I'm interested to hear what your experience is with this. Thank you to ExitLag for sponsoring the video, and I will see you guys in the next one. Thanks for watching.